All right, hello. Today is February the 28th, and the last day of the month, and I wanted to get another post in before the end of this month went out, before I forgot about this subject that I want to bring up of family members' perception of schizophrenic and bipolar disorder and how they deal with it and how they, really shouldn't deal with it. When we have family members who are sick or who are less than what we feel is acceptable by society, we have a tendency to treat that family member or that individual less than what is proper and in order to treat a human being. And a lot of parents, especially parents who have children with this disorder, they tend to ignore it or try to ignore it or try to look over it or try to brush it aside like there's no big deal. They have a little bit of a, crazy situation, or they a little bit crazy, and we just overlook them. And, we don't really pay too much attention to them. We let them have their own space. I've heard things like, oh, they'll grow out of it. No, they won't. And if you don't deal with it, they will not only grow out of you, but they'll probably do something to you. The bad thing about schizophrenics is as they become aggressive. Yep. They tend to attack the things around them. That goes for, they even attack the animals, like cats or dogs that are around. Yeah, they'll attack a cat or a dog. They will, think that the cat or dogs are demons. That's the thing about schizophrenics. You hear a lot of, oh, that's the devil. It's coming to kill me. It's going to do something to me. I'm not safe around it. So they will attack anything. They attack the walls. They start punching on the walls and kicking, and that goes for furniture, TV. They've been known to break TVs and, punch holes in windows. So if they'll do all that, what you think they'll do to you? So all the ignoring stuff that goes on needs to stop. That's just my opinion. As a mother with two children who have schizophrenic bipolar disorder, who have been dealing with it for over 26, 25, 24 years, my advice is stop ignoring them. Stop treating them like they're invisible. Stop, just looking over and brushing over things that they do. Don't pretend like there's nothing wrong with them, or it's just a disciplinary problem, or, a lot of the mental health people are in jail. And that is a sad, sad state of events, because they don't need to be in jail. They need to be in a psychiatric ward where they can get the help they need. And you're saying, well, as long as they're incarcerated and they're not around other people, what's the harm? You're taking them off from around society where they can harm somebody or potentially harm themselves. But the problem with that is now they're getting more damaged. Every time they go in and out of jail, they are getting damaged. So they're coming home to you with all that jail mentality and everything that goes along with that. So, no, they really don't need to be in jail, because it's making a bad situation worse, progressing it to the point where now you really won't be able to deal or handle this individual. Now they're out of control completely, to the point where it's a lawful situation, and you have to continue to call the cops because you had subjected them the first time to a law enforcement officer who treated them like a criminal. instead of the psychiatric individual who needs help. So my advice is get the help they need and stop brushing over it. I'm only going to make this a short tape because I think, it don't need a lot to be said. I said basically what I wanted to say. Don't put schizophrenic people in jail. And don't brush over their sickness or their illness. And don't treat them like they're invisible. Get them the help that they need and stop pretending like they're not sick and that it's just some, disciplinary problem, because it's not. It is an emotional disability, which is a disease that needs to be treated, and that with the respect and order in which it deserves. That means doctors. That means medicine. That means stays in psychiatric hospitals if necessary. That means you having love and compassion for them and not just brushing over their emotions or whatever it is they're going through. They need help. They need your help to get them the help that they need, because they can't diagnose themselves. They can't help themselves. They need you to help them. They need you to watch out for them and see if they're making bad, poor choices that are extreme, on the other side of extreme, so that you can make the conscious decision to get them evaluated and through a mental health evaluation. See, if you get them the help that they need through a mental health evaluation, you won't have to go through the ER. You can skip the ER because you hadn't got to the point where they attacked you, where they attacked the neighbor, where they broke up your house, where they punched holes in your walls. Get them evaluated in the beginning. Be proactive in the situation, and you won't probably ever reach the point where you're calling 911, help me, I'm fearing for my life. We don't want to get to that point. We want to stay in the area, the gray area, where, they haven't really, given over to the psychiatric situation. They haven't really given over to the bipolar situation in the extreme where they're hurting or trying to hurt you or someone else. They're just displaying certain tendencies that leave you a little concerned. Those are the things you want to look for. Those are the situations that you want to pay attention to. And if there's a situation with your child or your family or loved one where it's questionable, everybody out here knows, okay, that's not right. That doesn't seem right. There's something wrong there. If you got to ask that question, if you got to get that look about their activity and what they're doing, yeah, go get them evaluated. Because there's nothing worse than you waiting, pretending like there's nothing wrong, and then, you're waking up dead. I know that's an oxymoron because you can't wake up dead, but you know what I'm saying. They will, and they do, and they have killed their loved ones. They have killed people because they're not in control of their own functions. They cannot help themselves. And then you're in court, and you're looking at this individual. Why did you kill your uncle? Why did you kill your mother? Or, and they're doing it over ridiculous things. If somebody gets mad over $2 to the point where they're breaking up the house, they're busting holes in your wall because $2 is missing, or if they're they're turned over the refrigerator because somebody ate their cheesecake. Now, I know we all have our days. I have my days. Don't touch my butter pecan ice cream. But if they done turned over the refrigerator, it's a problem. You need to get them evaluated. If they come in and somebody ate their hamburger and they went the ballistic and tore up your whole house, it's a problem. If they couldn't get their hair cut on time. Now, I've dealt with this situation with my son. He couldn't get his hair cut on time. The boy punched my car and put a dent in it with his fist. So, that's not normal. So I was like, and I had already dealt with some situations with his sister. So I was looking for some things because he had displayed some tendencies beforehand. And I was like, well, it's time to go see them people. And yes, we don't always, as a black community, like to go take our loved ones to the psychiatric ward or the therapist or the psychiatrist because we thinking, oh, these are the crazy people. Yeah. Well, you got a person in your house who need the crazy people to help them with their crazy. Okay? So, get some help. Don't just sit around like ain't nothing wrong. And all your friends are like, girl, oh man, what's wrong? What's wrong with your loved one? Why they act like that? You be like, oh, it just, they're going through some things. No, they're not going through some things. They need some help. So go get them some help, okay? That's all I'm saying. Go get them some help. And again, this is my 10-minute line. So I'm going to get off of here. And I know I made a little, I tried to lighten it up a little because it can get a little heavy. So I'm lightening it up, but it's real. If they doing some things, they got you like, go get them some help, okay? Please, go get them some help. If you have any questions, you have comments, leave them in the comment section, and I will answer them as they come along. And like as always, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time. Have a good weekend.